How's it going, Rogues Gallery, and welcome to another Gundam card game video here on Red Zone Rogue. Today we are doing something a little bit different because I'm going to be showcasing all 16 of my Gundam card game decks prior to set 4 Phantom Aria. Now this isn't all of them, in fact this is only 4 of the decks, but we're going to go over all 16 of my decks as, I don't know, kind of like a time capsule thing, and to kind of show you all where I'm at right before set 4. And I think this is something that I want to do every new set release as part of, like, I don't know, the next set release hype, just kind of like going back over all the decks that I played and had fun with, you know, for the current season before we get into all the new stuff. So yeah, kind of a different thing. Let me know what you think about this video in the comment sections down below. Don't forget to obviously like, comment, subscribe, all that kind of good stuff. Maybe hype the video if you can to help, you know, push the Gundam card game content out there. I really appreciate you for being here. And yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into our top down and go over all 16 of my decks. Let's do it. All right, so I'm not going to take too much time talking over each individual deck. Otherwise, this would take just hours, just actual hours. But I did kind of want to showcase all of the storage off first. So we have some of the official Gundam card game storage. This is from that Wing Collector set. So I actually got 2 of these, and we'll showcase all of the decks inside as we go. And then I also have my Gundam Arsenal base box that you saw that also showcases some decks. And then I also have another Gundam Arsenal base box that showcases the decks, and this will fit all 16 of the decks in here. As we go into set 4, I'm going to be building a lot of new decks and kind of like upgrading and swapping around the decks that we have in these as well. So let's kind of set these off to the side, and we'll just kind of to go over them. Most of the decks, I think did I say this already? But most of the decks we've already featured in various deck techs across the channel. Some of them we haven't. So yeah, that's, you know, maybe interesting. All right, so my favorite decks are kept. Well, some of my favorite decks are kept in here, man. I like so many Gundam card game decks that I can't just say all my favorite ones are in here, but favorite ones and some meta ones are in here. And if you don't know what this is, I did a whole video talking about this Arsenal base storage thing. It's just super cool. There's a lot of awesome Gundam stuff you can get if you look outside of Gundam card game specific things. Arsenal base is something to look at. It's a Japanese arcade game, I guess you can say, that you use cards for. So let's go ahead and open this up. And inside we have 4 decks. Like I said, I consider these among my favorites. And so let's just kind of like showcase which ones these are. So this one here is my blue-white Epion Aerial Command Control deck. I think this deck is both really good and really fun. People tend to kind of like underestimate it when I say, yeah, it's Epion. They're like, that's washed. Nah, dude, this deck is sweet. We do have a lot of blockers in the deck, and it's all backed up by a really powerful endgame between Epion and our aerials. And we have ways to get a bunch of cards back and tons of card draw with like Zex. We're also running, obviously, Soletta. And then for the commands, we have a 3 Unforeseen Incident, just a nice little combat trick. We obviously have our Striker Pack. It's awesome to be able to get Striker Pack back with aerial, so we have like some recursion for blockers. Obviously, we're running our Overflowing Affections. And then we're also running 3 copies of Dramatic Turnabout. And this one's really cool because it actually can heal damage off of the Epion, so we can get multiple attacks off on it, and it draws cards. And if you start your turn with an Epion with a Link, oh man, you can do a lot of work with this deck. Attack a bunch of times, draw a bunch of cards, heal up, draw more cards. It's really sweet. And then my base that I swapped is the Devour, which also lets us heal, which is really good. That's the big downside of the Epion, is it just kind of kills itself as it mows things down, but healing is really good. And then for the EX base, we have this one that I got from the beta kit. Or rather, it's a promo that was given to me during the world premiere event where I got the beta kit. We have our Relina EX, and then we have our full set of Soletta Mercury, just regular resources. This deck is really fun. This is one that I'm going to keep around and like slowly upgrade. I'll talk about the decks that I plan to rebuild or just kind of upgrade. Let's talk about my actual favorite deck. So this is my favorite deck. I haven't upgraded it since the BNR because I'm basically just waiting to upgrade this with set 4 stuff. So this one is my blue-red new type deck, and I did a whole video on this one already. But here we have our 3 Cubelays. I think I want to bump the Unicorn back up to 3 and cut the Besserongs. I like these cards, but they're a little slow. I do like the card draw, but I think I just want my Banshee. But hey, maybe these stay in if the meta becomes a little bit slower. We've got our Kshatriyas, not the last deck you'll see with Kshatriyas. Gundam NT1, not the last deck you'll see with these either. We have our RX-782 Grandpa Gundams. We have the Messer Type F Mine Layer, or F2 Mine Layer. This is just our red Rezo. I actually foiled out my Gustav Karls. I think this card's super underrated. It's a level 3/3 cost 3/4, and then if your opponent has 3 or more dudes in play, it has blocker. So it's just a 3/4 blocker for 3. Actually really solid stats. And then of course we have the Gun Tank, which is also very good. I'm also probably gonna add in the new red Exia that can blast something for 2 on enter if our opponent has, is it 2 or 3 more dudes? Probably gonna add that in. And then for the pilots, obviously one of my favorite characters in all of Gundam, we have Hamon Karn, so I have my plus Hamon Karns. I like the new Type 1 more, but man, I'm not paying $200 a piece for those. Then we have my Marita Cruises. So yes, we have the Neo Zeon ladies here. And then of course we have Amuro Ray, Close Combats. We have Show of Resolve, kind of rounded out. And of course the Corsica base. And once again, I haven't updated this with the restriction. We're gonna be probably playing around with the, I'm not really sure what base actually. I mean, you can put it in white base team or just white base, but there's some other options here. And then for the EX base and EX resource, we have these. And then for my actual resources, I have a full set of Char resources, which is very nice. Very, very nice. Oh, and then for the sleeves for this one, we have the Lacus Klein Overflowing Affection sleeves. And then for the actual main deck, I have my Gundam sleeves that were given to me once again as part of the world premiere event. So this is my favorite deck, probably the one that we're gonna spend the most time on. But I've done a whole video on this already, and I will be upgrading this deck as well over time. I'm not sure exactly the final form it'll take for set 4, but that's that one. Next up, we have my Wing deck. As a big fan of Wing, because I grew up on Wing, this deck is also pretty cool. For the sleeves, we have the Gundam Wing sleeves, as you would guess. If you're curious as to what these outer sleeves are, these are Dragon Shield outer sleeves. So it keeps the sleeves inside really nice, and still has that nice shuffle feel. So I really recommend using some outer sleeves if you're going to use character sleeves like this. But yeah, this is just a Wing deck. It's just a green-white Wing. I go big on Ultron. So this is our green-white 8 drops, I guess you could say. I'm also running the Freedom Gundam. This one, I might swap a little bit. I'm not sure how much stuff we're getting with set 4. We have our full set of Ale Strikes. We have our blockers. We got a Lifriths. And we got a Rick Diaz. I think this deck is actually quite solid. We have our Hero Yui promos from the set, or the Wing collection set. Chang Wu Fei. We have our Kira Yamato promos. Obviously, we got our four striker packs, 4 Overflowing Affections, and we have 2 Desert Base, and then 4 Peace Millions. You might want to go 3 Desert Base and 3 Peace Millions, but man, I'm greedy. I'm really greedy. This is my big greed deck. But yeah, it's fun. It's Wing. Do Wing stuff. Play big dudes. And then for our EX base, obviously we have Relina. Our resource is Relina. EX base is one of our own custom Red Zone Rogue cards that I think goes well with this. And then for the actual resources, yeah, we have the Wing resources from the thing, from the Wing set. And obviously we have our Gundam card game sleeves there. And then we have our Red Zone Rogue tokens, or Red Zone Rogue sleeves as well. So yeah, that's this deck. I like busting this one out every now and then. Not a ton lately, but it's pretty fun. And then here we have my own Blurple deck. So this is my own blue-purple deck. Except mine's more mid-range because I'm running Lupus. So I have 3 copies of Lupus. I have not done a video on this deck, actually. I figured people wouldn't care because there's so much blue-purple going around. I'm like, I'll feature other decks. So, but I do have the Lupus, We have, this is our 4th form, so this is the alternate art of like the starter deck LR. Obviously we have our Gujin Rebake. We have our NT1s for Amuro. We have our RX-782s for Amuro. We have our Barbatos Adapt, really nice card. The Hyakurin. We have our Barbatos first forms. I still remember when people thought this card was unplayable because it had 2 health, and they're like, oh, it dies to ping. Yeah, it's still really good, dude. It's still really good. I think people understand more than understand now. We have our 3 Ryuzei Go's, and then we have just our little grunts for the deck. And then obviously we have Mikazuki, Amuro Ray. We have our Show of Resolves from the Wing collection. I'm still running 2 Fatal Strikes. I think it's pretty good. And then once again, I have not updated this since the restriction. I've not played any of these decks since the BNR. I've been playing a lot of the other stuff. And then we have our EX base. I have a IBO themed EX resource. And then our resource deck here is just a bunch of different random ones. I just wanted all of them to be different from here. So that is this deck. Yeah, it's, you know, it's blue-purple, except mine goes a little bit higher with the lupuses, but yeah, so that is this box that took 10 minutes to get through. Oh, gonna need to hurry because this will take a little while. This one is my the O deck, and we recently did a video on this one. Yeah, this is just my mono blue Psych O deck. This one for pardon me, for set 4, I might be updating this one quite a bit. We have Rosemi, and I think she's just really, really good, except she's not Jupiterist, so I'm not sure. I did showcase my Cyber New Type deck that has Rosemi and Marita Cruz, but I'm not sure. I do like this deck. One thing you can do with this to make it more competitive is just, instead of these little dudes in the bottom, just cut these and put blockers. I mean, like, just cut these and be like, all right, here's Rick Diaz, here's Lifrith or whatever. That does make the deck a little bit more competitive. I like the theming of it. I like that everything in here is Titans, but, you know, if you want to be more competitive about it, it's pretty easy to put some blockers in. So here's some of our custom EX bases and resources. And then for this one, we also just have a bunch of random foil resources. Yeah, so that's that deck. Yeah, I'll be updating this one over time as well as we get new stuff for it. I like where it is now. I think it's a fun, like, little theme deck, but you can definitely make it more competitive. So there's that one. And then now let's get into these. So let's see, let's find out what's in here. Not all of these are Gundam themed. I try to have as many Gundam boxes as I can, but I don't have infinite of these, so we're gonna have some Azure Lane and some other deck boxes. So yeah, let's check these ones out. So this one is this my Zaft? I think this is my Zaft deck. So this one's getting definitely upgraded into red purple Zaft. This is my Providence for Zaft deck. We did a whole deck tech on this already. Yeah, I mean, I love Zaft. I've been playing Zaft ever since set 1, and I'll continue playing Zaft and kind of like reiterating on it. I like where this deck is, and I think red purple is just like going to be really sweet. Maybe even without Rala Crusade, but there's a lot of different versions that I definitely want to test out. Here's our Overflowing Affections, our Yakin Dua. Did I say that? Did I say that right? Then we have the Vesalius, and then of course our EX base, another Relina. I had a lot of these Relina EX resources, and then we have some of our plus resources. I actually bought a full set of these, so I have 9 more of these on the way that I'm going to use in a deck. And then for Zaft, I actually have a bunch of Zaft resources coming. So yeah, they are not the Athranzala ones. I think I bought a bunch of Shin Asuka ones because they were cheaper than Athranzala. But yeah, I'm gonna have a full deck of the plus, which is really nice. And these are just also kind of like assorted ones that I had extras for. So that's the Zaft deck. But my Nerva Squad, the purple blue one, or purple blue, the red purple one, that one will be that one will have some cool stuff. Anyway, let's get on to this one. These deck boxes, by the way, these are from the, as you guessed it, the Gundam Wing collection. Very much looking forward to the IBO one, so it'll give me more deck boxes and more storage options. This is our Age Federation deck, so we also did a deck tech for this one. I haven't really updated it since then. There are some upgrades for this deck for the for set 4, so I'll probably make some minor tweaks to this one, but probably not enough to make a whole video on. But they can definitely add more age stuff in the future, and I think this deck will be pretty fun, you know, going forward. So yeah, this one does only have the one Corsica base, or I guess I can add in another one. I'll probably add in another one to make it 2. And then for our resources, we have our EX base and then our custom EX resources. And then this one actually has our full set of just regular Gundam card game resources that are foil that are from the beta kit. These are Japanese. I actually got these for like pretty cheap, like $100 for all of these, if I remember right. People didn't realize that you could actually use those for English, and they were not as expensive as the English versions. And then here, this one is my purple green CB deck. So I did a whole deck tech on this one as well, and it really hasn't changed much since then. We are going to be doing a green-red CB, and I will be having to take this apart because I don't have extra Dynamis. So I am, and you know, I guess I technically have more lock-on, but I'm gonna need the Dynamis from it. So we're gonna set the purple on the back burner for now, and then we're gonna go red-green for a little while for this deck. Do I want to run Bridge Crew? I like Bridge Crew. We are definitely running the Tactical Visionary. I also really like the Ptolemos as well, but it's not gonna be purple, so I don't know. We'll see. But I am gonna be transferring over our EX resource here, our EX base, and then I have a full set of Setsuna resources. So that's the CB deck. So yeah, this one is going to be getting upgraded into the red version, red-green. This deck is, this is my Mafty deck. I'm probably going to keep this deck together. I don't think there's any, there might be a couple upgrades for Mafty, if I remember right, in set 4, but it's probably not enough to warrant a full deck video. Got some more of the Banshees, and here's the rest of my Kshatriyas. Yeah, this deck is sweet, man. We have our G-Quux Omega Psychomu, we have our Marita Cruises and our Hathaways. Here's the other 2 show resolves, and we have our 1 fancy Battle of Aces, and then three like regular ones, and then our 1 fancy Improved Technique, and then the 3 regular ones. This deck's sweet. Just look at all this burn. I did a whole deck tech on this one as well, and our bases is the Relula for more burn. And then I also have my Xi Gundam EX base. I have our custom EX resource, and then for the regular resources, got a bunch of Noah and Cassis. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, this deck will likely not be changing all that much. I think there might be one, or like I said, might be 1 or 2 cards for set 4. This one is okay. This one is it's either G-Quux or Xeon. I'm running this in a lot of different decks. So this one is our Xeon deck. Yeah. So yeah, this has the G-Quux in it. I mean, this G-Quux is really good. I put this on a lot of decks. This one is G-Fred. I did a whole video on this one as well. It's one of our more recent deck techs, and it's just like a green-red aggro Xeon deck that uses Nian. This one is definitely getting a full upgrade. So we have a lot of cards to add to this deck, and I am keeping it green-red, and I am keeping Nian and Char as the pilots, and we're going to be cutting Lala, but we're adding in the Zeong, which is super good. So you'll see this one in, might actually be in tomorrow's video. We're going to go over 5 more new brews, and this is one of them. Here's our EX resource with Nian, and then I just use the wing, just use the wing foil resources here, and then we have a G-Fred token foil. Yeah, so this one is getting a direct upgrade, dude. I think the Zeong, just the regular green Zeong, is like extremely good. I think it's like super powerful. Just getting 3 bodies, and then like you get the token when you get the head token when the regular Zeong dies. I think it's so good. And then here is our last batch of decks. So let's see if I can scooch this over. So here's the last batch of decks. We have a smattering of deck boxes, some Vanguard stuff. I think all these are Bushiroad with the exception of the Aquarian Age one over here that no one's gonna know what the hell that is. But there, let's check out the decks. So this one is my Gundam X deck. So this is my current version of my Vulture deck. Obviously, this one's getting a massive overhaul. I really like, Gundam X. I'm currently watching the show. I'm about halfway through now. I'm like 15 or 16 episodes into it, and I'm a big fan. I like Gundam X, and I like Vulture Archetype, and I like this deck. Yeah, we're definitely keeping in the blockers. We're going to need them, and we're going to be adding in more, actually. Keeping in Jamil, Garrett, and Tifa. I don't think I've actually done a full video on this particular version. We did the first version for set 2, but I don't think I did a full version for set 3. Yeah, I'm trying out the GX bit, and it's just a little awkward with this deck. I don't think we have enough like reanimation. We have Awakened Power, but it's not the same as like the Minerva squad. We're running our Overflowing Affections, of course. I'm still running Look of Determination, as I am in the new version, and then the Frieden. So we are pulling a lot of the cards here into the new version, if you saw the video where I was talking about the new version. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. And then here we have our EX base and EX resource. And these are all just kind of non-foil for now, because I actually have a full set of Gundam X foil resources on the way. So they're in the mail. So by the time we do our new deck tech, we'll have the full foil resources for that. So these are just kind of like placeholder ones until we get there. The idea is that all the decks that I really like are going to have nice, foil resources. This deck, this one is Gallarhorn. Unfortunately, I don't think we got anything for Gallarhorn in set 4, so this is just going to stay as it is. This is our Gallarhorn deck. I have upgraded it slightly with set 3, so we added in the Grey's Ein, but only a couple copies of them. And then we also added in 2 copies of the Kamaris Trooper. But other than that, it's pretty close. We have like the Schwab Greys. This is the alternate art Schwab Greys. Got our Grunt Greys, Greys Commander type. Yeah, so this is pretty similar. I am still trying out the card as Grey's Ritter. I think it's not a good card, but if you can make it beefy enough, I don't know, you can get some good attacks with it. Just giving your opponent stuff first strike is rough. Galio, big fan. And then we have McGillis, actually kind of big fan as well, even though he's not a good guy. I think he's an interesting character. I did add in some Ein Daltons, so we can actually get some Ein linkage, but I think Ein's okay too. He's got an okay command effect as well. And then we still have the Carta with her command, and then this is cracking into my beta Japanese overflowing affections, and we have our Sleipnir. And then for this we are running. We have a nice EX resource, EX base, and then just like generic resources. We'll likely put IBO resources here when I get my 2 IBO collection sets, because that'll come with a set of resources each. And so this one will get one, and then my Barbatos deck will get the other one. This one is my Ayug deck, and honestly, I don't play this deck all that much. I really want to kind of revisit the Ayug and the Zeta and kind of like give it a whole overhaul. But I did upgrade it a little bit with set 3. Like I added in the Super Gundam. I think it's okay. I think the deck is like fine. It's technically playable. I added in the G Defensor too. I think it's all right. Lets you use its effect, or it lets you rest it instead of resting a base for a card that cares about resting bases. But yeah, it's an okay deck. I get to use my alternate art Camille Baden. He's about to punch Jared in the face for calling him. Is that a girl's name? We have our 4 Bajinas, and then Fa. I like Fa. I think Katz is actually pretty good too. Katz Kobayashi. She's just a 1 cost that you can choose a friendly base and an enemy unit with 3 or less HP, and you rest them. For level 1, I don't know, it's pretty good. Obviously, we're running some Overflowing Affections. We have a new sign, which is like a draw 3, discard 2, which is pretty good. And then we have our Argamas and our Archangels. And then for this, we just have our Red Zone Rogue, EX Base and Resource, and then just some random ones that, once again, one day we will fill this out with more foils. I should probably just buy the Zeta, just the Zeta foil resource. It's probably pretty cheap. The Gundam X ones were pretty cheap. This deck is sweet. This is my Cyclops Team Token deck. Now, I'm going to be upgrading this deck quite a bit, I think, with the next set. And I'll probably do a full video on it. I have not done a video on this one yet. but I'm gonna. So we have the Comfer, we have our Zaku 2 FZ with some really, really nice artwork. I really love War in the Pocket, so I'm a big fan of these, and I really like the Mono Eye and Aquatic mobile suits too, so just a big fan of all this stuff. But I think what we can do is we can maybe add in the Ligue Militaire stuff instead of the new UNE stuff. And because the Ligue Militaire makes 1/1 tokens that can attack, but they can't attack the enemy player. These ones are 0/1s, but they can attack the enemy player. I'm gonna have to, try it out, because we have these Daughtresses that just help make our little 0/1 tokens. They make these, but Ligue Militaire might be good too. So I might be trying a Ligue Militaire build with a Cyclops team. So yeah, all this Daughters stuff. This is all for like making tokens. And then of course we have Bernie. I have the promo Bernie's. He's making that phone call on this is for the second episode, or second to last episode, or the last episode. It's one of those two. We have Mikhail. We have Gabriel. And then we have Hardy Steiner, or Over the River and Through the Woods. Really good for token decks. So this card's great. Lets you deal a bunch of damage, depending on how many tokens you have. So pretty good. And then of course we have Citizens Take a Stand. Great for token decks, actually. Pump all your tokens up. And then we have Vesalius to also pump our tokens up. So, yep. And then this one, we have a bunch of the Comfer resources. I also bought a full set of foil Comfer resources. So I will be getting those in the mail as well, in addition to the Gundam X one. So this will have foil resources. And then obviously we have our Hygog, we have our Ad Balloon, and then we have our Daughtresses. This deck is cool. I like this deck a lot. It's kind of an all-in tokens deck, and if it works out well, you can kind of, curve out well and just dump through your opponent. But more often than not, you kind of gas out. So I think that deck needs a lot of help, but I like it a lot because I really like War in the Pocket. This is our clan deck. So this one is a clan deck. Am I borrowing cards from this one? I might be borrowing. Yeah, I am. So this is the one that I'm borrowing the, was it from this deck? I think it's from the other, yeah, it's from the other, it's from over here. It's the G-Quux, the LR G-Quux. I have like 5 copies of them. I don't have 8 copies, and I'm running them in 3 decks. So this is where the LR G-Quux goes, the level 8 one. So other than that, we have our regular G-Quux. We did a whole video on this deck as well. So if I wanted to play this deck, I definitely need to like go pull out the other G-Quxes. I was playing those decks more recently, especially like the Xeon deck that I'm running on, like the Neon Xeon deck. This one's cool though. I like this deck. This deck works really well. I think the G-Quux deck is a pretty good beginner-friendly deck. Oh, I do need to swap these. As I mentioned in the video going over this, I was iffy on Mav Tactics. I just don't like this card. I'll be swapping this out for something else, for sure. So, yeah. And then for our resources, I have a G-Quux theme resource. We got Duh. And then we also have our Machu. We got a Machu, just regular resources. So this deck is like pretty sauced up, I would say. This is pretty sauced up. We also have our foil G-Quux and Red Gundam tokens. But yeah, I'm just borrowing some cards out of it. I just leave the sleeves in here. So yes, that is this deck. I would normally, if I just needed extras, I hate swapping cards around, but those ones are like kind of expensive, and I already have 5 of them, and I'm like, man, I'll just swap it, it's fine. And the final deck is, last but not least, the Humble Veagan deck, in a really cool old deck box. From a game you've probably never heard of. So this one is my Veagan deck. I have my Zadras, my Zadus. I can't remember if I swapped these, I put these in after the deck tech. I did. But I did add in the Zadus. I think I might have swapped these in after the deck tech. I haven't done a full deck tech on this, because I also added in Awakened Power. Because Awakened Power can get back a 5 or lower, which is actually pretty good getting back like the Zadus. So, yeah. Or even the Defurse. So, yeah, I've kind of like swapped this deck up a little bit. I don't remember if it was either before, like right before or right after doing the video, but hey, we have a full deck tech video going over this. Cool thing about this deck, it doesn't use a single LR. I think this is like one of the most cost-effective decks to build in the entire game. It's also much better than you think. It's a sweet, recursive, like aggro deck. And like stuff like Zira Galette is actually just really good. He's just really good. He's like a 2/2 pilot that also mills you too. And if you place the Veagan card with this effect, you can choose an enemy unit and give it -2 AP during the turn. He's so good. Then Diesel is like, he's all right. Diesel's all right. We have Distant Reunion, Awakened Power. We got some Fatal Strikes in here and some Look of Determinations. I think I like Fatal Strike more. I'll probably swap this to 4 Fatal Strikes for this particular deck. And man, the Downus is so good, being kind of like a reanimation, but only for Veagan. And then we have our Freedens here. And this one is, someday, we'll get some good resources for Veagan. I don't even know if there are any suits for Veagan. Like, I don't think they made a resource that had like the Zadra or Zadis or anything like that. These are so cool. Like, look at this. Come on, we need some resources for these guys. Like some foil ones. We need some foil ones for these guys. I know they're probably not the most popular thing, so I personally want them. And yeah, that's all 16 of our decks. Hey, it only took maybe like a half hour or so to go through them. Yeah, these kind of boxes are really good for storing them if you care about that kind of stuff. So we have 6 decks in here. We have 5 decks in here, so that is 11, 12, and then the last 4 were in here to make up the full 16. I'm so excited to build more decks for set 4, and so this number is probably going to climb quite a bit because some of the decks are brand new and they're not going to be swapping. Some of the decks I am swapping, so like obviously Xeon I'm upgrading. We also have blue-purple, they'll probably upgrade a little bit. My own personal red-blue new type we're upgrading. Wing doesn't get a ton of stuff. Aerial, maybe. There's some interesting things, but yeah. And there's a bunch of new stuff like League Militaire and yeah. So anyway, obviously we're upgrading Gundam X, we're upgrading CB. So let me know in the comment section down below what kind of decks that you have currently and what kind of decks you are looking to build. Yes. And hey, you know what? For like the 2 people still here, let me know what kind of foil resource you are looking forward to having, because I talk about that a lot. And as someone who has a lot of decks and I like to make them look nice, and I play a lot of Gundam card game. There are some decks that I'm just like, hey, like Veagan. I want some cool Veagan resources. I just don't think they exist. So if you're like me, let me know what kind of cool resources you would like in the future. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate you for being here. Tomorrow we probably have our next 5 more deck brews for set 4, and then we have our set 4 alt art review. We have booster box openings hopefully before I leave for Japan. I leave for Japan on the 29th, and yeah. So thank you for watching, everyone. We'll see you next time.